Hey YouTubers, good morning, it's Robb Moffett. Guys, this is kind of an unusual review for me. It's about a coloring book. Now, probably if you're like me, the last time you used a coloring book, you were in first grade, and it's kind of juvenile to be doing. But I want to explain to you where I'm coming from. About about 12 years ago, my mom had Alzheimer's, dementia. Eventually, she had to go to a assisted living facility. I'd visit every day, every other day, but she was always very anxious and very worried and upset, and it was very difficult to do anything to calm her down. I would take her to thrift stores and stuff, but eventually I read online some people were using coloring books to relax, and I got one for her. And at the time, the only ones I could find in the dollar store were kind of juvenile, like Disneyland stuff. But we got some crayons out, and she didn't want to do it at first because she was afraid of making a mistake. And I had to explain to her. Finally, I started doing it with her. And I had some of the most pleasant times with her. Toward the end, we would just sit in her room and just color with coloring book and the crayons and colored pencils. And it became a ritual we do all the time. And it was something she really enjoyed, and it got her to calm down. Now, if you're out someplace, like you've got jury duty or you've got to go someplace, you're going to wait in line for hours. You know those things in life sometimes. You've got to be somewhere, you're going to be sitting for a long time. This is something you could do. Now, I know if you're like me, you're going to say, you don't need to do this. You have all the memories of your life. You can think about the memories, the things you've done in your life. Or maybe you have a problem in your life. You can brainstorm. You can be using your time constructively to think about how to fix a problem in your life. But you know what? Sometimes I can do that too. I love to brainstorm. But sometimes the brain needs to relax. Sometimes you need to, like, if you're having a problem in your life, maybe you don't want to remember stuff, because when you remember stuff, it brings you back to what that problem is that's causing you to be upset at the time. So you need to wipe your brain just kind of clean and just focus on something. And this is very relaxing. This particular coloring book, they have now hundreds and hundreds of different types that are geared toward adults instead of being just Disneyland stuff. They come in all different themes and different subject matter. I just got this because it had a lot of places where you could make different colors. But you also don't need to use these markers. I had a lot of fun just using the crayons and the colored pencils. I'll leave a link to this, also to the coloring book in Amazon, but you can get them probably locally or on eBay, maybe even cheaper. These markers are water-based. One end has a very fine tip. The other is a more broader tip. So you have more control than crayons, but I had a lot of fun with the crayons, just trying different textures and shading and stuff. I make little dots. You make, instead of like coloring it in a solid color, it's just like a million dots. And it just became something to focus on that quieted the brain down. And like I said, if you're going to be someplace away from home and you're going to be spending a lot of time sitting, waiting and waiting and waiting. Also, ideally, if someone's in the hospital, that they're in a bed and they need to relax, this is something a lot better than bringing them flowers. You know what I mean? So if you haven't done this since first grade and you feel really weird doing it, I did too. It's not a very masculine thing. Like, I'm a grown man's over there using crayons and coloring book. It feels, you got to be confident in your masculinity to be sitting in public using a coloring book. But it was very relaxing. I don't do it anymore, but if I was really stressed out, I wouldn't hesitate to do this, because it gets your brain to stop thinking about this and then start thinking about this, and it just gives it a chance to calm down, and the wheels stop spinning so fast. Because sometimes you have drama going on in your life, you need to shut the brain down because you're just overloaded from all the things that are happening, and you just gotta calm it down, give yourself a break. But like I said, you got jury duty. You got to go sit in a medical hospital for 3 or 4 hours waiting on an appointment that you know, this is a perfect thing. So I thought I'd mention this review. Oh, by the way, these markers do go through the pages, so I cut out a little piece of cardboard so it doesn't go on to the next one. And when you're done, you don't have a work of art or anything. I mean, I'm not an artist, but it is a coloring book. But it's a tool. Think of it as a tool. This is a tool to help the brain go on a mini vacation for just a couple dollars. And if you don't want to spend the money on the markers, get yourself some colored pencils or crayons. I like crayons and colored pencils. So, all right, guys, I've never done a coloring book review, but there you go. All right, put on new videos every week. Been doing it for 14 years. Got about 1,000 videos and a bunch of playlists. And the cool people I feature on my channel at the bottom of my channel, no relation to me, they would not anyway. And don't forget, y'all come back. Never know what you're going to find on my channel. And take care. See you out there.